So today we are working on the veggie garden. We're currently in lockdown. I think I started this probably like 3 months ago, maybe 2 months ago. It's looking really good, so we're just gonna extend it because we have a whole week lockdown. So this is the current vegetable garden here. We have carrots, lettuce, tomato, pumpkin, cauliflower and broccoli, spinach, lettuce, beetroot, tomato, corn, chives, dwarf beans, and this is the area we're going to do today. What you need to start a veggie garden. Obviously you need a garden bed. You can either make them out of wood like these ones, or you can go to your garden store near you. They probably have metal ones, so you can start them buckets, anything like that. Next you need to pick where you're going to do it. So this is where I chose. There's some weeds here, so I just used a rake, got all the weeds out, and then to add some nutrients, because this has been sitting for a while, I put a new layer of soil onto it. I then wet it because soil is easiest to work with when it's wet, and you want wet soil when you're first sowing seeds. So this is what it looked like. Oh, the corn kernels. These are all the ones that we're going to go planting today. Say starting a seedling in a little tray. I did that last time, and then I did some just directly into the soil. So the ones directly into the soil grew better. So this time I'm just going to plant everything directly and see how it goes. But I'll also fill 2 trays up of seedlings, which tell me how to do seedlings just in case. And then I've got some more garden beds up there anyway I can transplant them into. So also a good thing to do, and I learned this from my mother, is to figure out what plants and vegetables that you want to eat. But only comes from my Lord, your birth and my divorce. Yeah, another good tip, so I already have a veggie garden going, but is to do it in different time intervals, so that when one crop is ready, the other one isn't ready at the same time, so you can still have food for an extended period of time. Patrol, always yawning. Okay, so I get way too distracted and I start singing, and I thought I recorded a video on explaining what I do, but I must have forgot, or I didn't press record, so I'm just going to go through here and tell you what to do. So once you've picked your vegetables, lay them out where you want them so you can kind of figure out spacing, and it's a bit easier to visualize. This is my labels, my tags, so I know what is growing where. Last time the ink did run after it was raining, so all my paddle pop sticks no longer had labels on them. Some crops didn't grow and I didn't know which, and I didn't know why. So if you can actually get real labels, that's a really good idea. If not, you just want to kind of throw it in there, see what happens. That's also another way you can do it. So just pretty much go along. If you're doing labels, label everything, get it all prepped, get it all ready to go, and then we can start sowing. So the next step is we're going to start sowing. So just before I sow, I make sure I read all the instructions, see how deep they have to be, how far apart, and then open the packet, put some seeds in, and you literally pop them in the little holes that you made, cover them back over, and then I go along and do this for each and every one. Every one is going to be a little bit different, so just make sure you read the instructions before, and yeah, that'd be my best advice here on what to do. Make sure that sometimes I put a couple more seeds than one in the hole, just because sometimes a seed won't take. Therefore, it's better to be safe than sorry. So I just put a little bit extra, and then also when they're growing later, you can take the weakest one out, or you can plant it somewhere else so you don't waste any of the crops. But yeah, so that's pretty much what you do. Keep doing that until you've done all your seeds and sown them. Make sure you pat them back down. So second last step is fertilizer. I like putting this on when you're putting a new crop down, because just to give it a little bit of extra nutrients, feed it, I'd pick a slow release one, so that will feed it for 3 to 4 months, and then you can just give it a little bit more of a sprinkle, because like us, plants love nutrients, so spread that pretty vicariously all throughout. And yeah, in about 3 to 4 months, then top up on it, or if the soil's looking a bit bland. Lastly, but not least, probably the most important is make sure that you water it. So you want it super damp, super moist, and when you think you've put enough water, put a little bit more on. Make sure it always stays damp for the first kind of germination period. So it's super simple to make a veggie garden. Like, it's not hard at all, honestly. I'm gonna go water it now. I just got a new nozzle, and then yeah, if we haven't had rain in a while, we'll water it, but rainwater's literally the best water for it. So if you don't have to, don't use it, or if you have a rainwater tank, definitely use that. There's a lot more minerals and nutrients and less filtered, so it's actually better for everything. But yeah, pretty much how you make a veggie garden. Super easy, super, like, you have one day of like work, and then yeah, you kind of reap the benefits afterwards. I'll show you my pea pods. They're really cool. I like them. I had a pea pod for like a raw pea for the first day. That's my favorite vegetable, by the way, the other day, and it was really good, but I'm so proud of them. So here we've got pea pods. This one I think is ready. Yeah, they'll get a little bit fatter, but they're just like everywhere, and it's just the coolest thing ever, I think. Like, look at them, they're just beautiful. And then corns hopefully soon. I'm excited when the tomatoes come up. But yeah, so this is the end bit. I just put some fertilizer on it. I've still got my tags here, and then I'm gonna sow some tomorrow or the next day in trays, and I'll show you how to do that. Pretty much, it's so easy, honestly. And then yeah, I've got to cultivate some stuff in there, and then that back one over there.